doing this job in which you're nominated for. Thank you,
Ms.
Madam
Britt.
Chair.
Mr. Bove, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your willingness to serve, and congratulations on your nomination. I heard you in the last exchange say, I wish I had an opportunity to respond. I'd like to give you that opportunity. When we've heard a number of my colleagues levy attacks, what I believe in many cases to be false claims, I'd like to just turn the mic over to you for a second and give you an opportunity to respond.
Thank you, Senator. I appreciate that. With respect to the 2018 email referenced by Senator Booker, that email contains a series of wildly inaccurate claims about me. I categorically reject any claim of unethical or improper behavior by me, period. You know that the claims in that email are false for two reasons. First, I got that job. I received the promotion the next time the seat was open. Second, attorneys leveling ethics obligations like that have their own ethical duties under Rule 8.3 of the New York rules to report those things if they take them seriously, if they believe them to be true. That never happened. Those attorneys who leveled those claims, which were false, also had obligations to their clients, obligations to advocate zealously on behalf of people that I was prosecuting. That was the role of those lawyers in the criminal justice system, a role that I respect. So if they believed the things in that email to be true, they would have been under an obligation to file motions in the courts where those proceedings were taking place. I'm not aware of any such motion, and I'm certainly not aware of any relief granted with respect to the types of claims in that email. More generally, if I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed, I understand that there are questions about what kind of temperament that I would have as a judge. I think I would be tough but fair. Litigants and colleagues would feel respected by me. They would understand that I take the job very seriously and that I work very hard at it. And I don't think that there needs to be a lot of guesswork about why that's true. I've appeared in court regularly and frequently since 2012. I've participated in 12 criminal trials. I've argued 10 appeals. There's more criminal prosecutions that I've participated in than I could count. And I think if you talk to the judges who presided over those cases, and some of them were high profile, there were a lot of people there, the president's trial in New York, the proceedings in the Southern District of Florida, what those judges would say is that they didn't agree with every argument I made. And sometimes they didn't agree with every word I used. But they did feel personally respected, and I think that's what's important. As I said in response to one of the other senators' questions, I'm not perfect. I'm not here to tell you that. I do learn from mistakes. I take constructive criticism seriously. I did with respect to that 2018 email. That's why I got the job the next time it was open. And I've done so throughout my career. And I think that's prepared me to be the type of judge that I just described. Thank you.
Thank you for responding. Also, just give me a little bit of insight into the lessons and experience you've learned. Looking at your resume, it is quite impressive. You have been a clerk, both at the district court and circuit court level. Your time as a prosecutor, your time at Maine Justice, your comprehensive resume, both with private practice and public service, I think makes you poised to be excellent on the court. Talk to me a little bit about those experiences and what you think has best prepared you for as your confirmation, as and when you're confirmed, to do a great job on the bench.
Thank you, Senator. I think one of the most important responsibilities, and there are many, of a judge is to be able to put aside personal opinions and decide cases based on the facts and the applicable law. And I think that the time that I've spent in my career on both sides of being a prosecutor and a defense lawyer has given me some experience with getting used to seeing both sides of things, setting aside personal views. There's certainly cases that I prosecuted that one could hold up, sort of a terrorism case or a drug trafficking case, and say, how is a person responsible for those kinds of prosecutions then turning around and representing criminal defendants charged with fraud? Or I did have other clients beside President Trump. And it's that kind of work and focus on the ethics of representing clients zealously and being focused on justice and getting to righteous outcomes, regardless of which side of the case I'm on, that I think would inform a lot of my practice and approach to the bench if I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed.
Thank you so much for your willingness to serve, and congratulations again on your nomination.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Britt. And as chair, I would like to welcome the United States Attorney General Pam Bondi to the hearing. We are glad to have you here. Thank you for attending. I would also like to follow up on Senator Britt's questioning by entering 2 letters into the record from 91 former